Hello, everyone. Good morning to you all. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another round of Facebook Live session hosted by TCL Global. Today, we are going to discuss about one of our partner universities based in Canada. So before going to the live session, let me discuss you a little bit about TCL Global. Then we will go to the directly live session and talk about the pros and cons of our partner universities. So TCL Global, as you know, that one of the renowned education consultancy firm. Our head office is based in UK Portsmouth. Globally, we have 13 offices in 10 countries. We are expanding very quickly and very rapidly, and hopefully you'll see more expanding of options within the next 2-3 years. Currently, we have offices in South Asia, we have offices in Africa, we have offices in Middle East also. In Bangladesh, we started our journey back in 2019, and so far we got 3 offices in Bangladesh, 2 in Dhaka, 1 in Uttara and 1 in Dhanmondi, and 1 in Sylhet. Very soon, we are going to open our 4th branch, which will be based in Chittagong. I believe that Chittagong office will be live somewhere around like October, November timeline. Before going to dig down about TCL more, let me introduce myself. I forget to actually introduce myself. My name is 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿. So I work with TCL Global as branch manager and multi-destination. I'm based in Dhanmondi. I'm looking after destinations like USA, Canada, and Australia. So TCL Global overall, in these 13 branches, we have approximately 250 plus staffs working on. All of our staffs are well trained, and we do our trainings regularly. I'm very proud to say that our visa success rate all over is approximately 98% globally. This is possible because we have a separate compliance team, which is completely separated from our operational team. And without the final go ahead of the compliance team, no visa has been submitted. As I mentioned earlier, that we are working with various partners. So we work with destinations like UK, USA, Canada, and Australia. TCL Global, I mean, it's more branded for the UK universities, but nowadays you will see more of other non-UK partners who are working with us. So without further delay, let's go to our next segmentation, where we will talk about more of our partner universities. So today we are going to discuss about University of Regina. You all know about University of Regina. It is very popular university, especially in South Asia. So let's see a short video of University of Regina. Then we'll talk with the university representative directly. Hey Ashley, how are you?
Hi there, I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you very much for your time. I know it's been very late over there, but thank you very much again to manage your time and accommodate this schedule. So, dear audience, going to present now with to you Ashley Moran, who is the University of Regina representative. So Ashley, over to you now. So, if you could talk about a little bit of University of Regina, something that will excite our audience to join the university.
Great, thanks so much. Yeah, so my name's Ashley. I am working as a recruiter for the University of Regina International Office, and we're really happy to partner with TCL Global. For Bangladesh students, they are in our top 5 kind of student groups. So we do have a lot of Bangladeshi students on campus at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. So we're always excited for the opportunity to speak with you guys and to hopefully see more of you in the future. So the key points I want to leave you with today is a little bit of knowledge about where we are in Canada, what we do great in, which is what we want to say is experiential learning as well as student support, and then what kind of things you could study here and why University of Regina would be a good choice for your international education. So I do have some slides. If you wouldn't mind, I can try to share them just so we have some visual for my points here. Let's see here. Let's see. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yeah, it's coming up. Yes, we got it now. Yep.
Is it full screen?
Yes, full screen. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So that was a lovely video you just saw as well. So here's another picture of our great campus in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. And our campus is very modern. We have a lot of great amenities and everything is located in one central area, which is super convenient for our students. And we're actually located in Wascana Park, which is one of the largest urban parks of North America. So it's a really nice study environment. Really easy to take a bike ride or a walk right by the lake for a nice break in between classes. And I want to introduce to you a little bit more about where we are, because I know maybe more of your popular destinations may be leaning toward UK or US. So I'm just going to show you here where we're located. So that's the map of Canada, and we're located in the province of Saskatchewan, it's called, and the city we are in is Regina. So we're the University of Regina. And maybe you heard of Toronto or Vancouver before, so that is about a 3-hour flight away from us. You know, Canada is very big, but Saskatchewan is at the very center of it all. So it's a really great place for exploring the country as well. So in our province, we have about 1 million people. So I know that's kind of small by many standards, especially in Bangladesh. But some things that are great about us is that because of our lower population, the cost of living here is much lower than other places like Ontario or BC. And we have a very low unemployment rate, so it's much easier to find a place to live, to get a job, but we're growing as well. So many people from across Canada and from around the world are choosing to come and live in Saskatchewan. And we have a really great agricultural sector, a lot of natural things to explore, like when you think about Canada, so all of the great provincial parks and lakes and everything like that. And at the same time, we also have some really attractive immigration policies for students. So we have what's called the SINP program, which is actually like a fast track for permanent residency. So if one of your long-term goals is looking at staying in Canada a bit after you graduate, our province really wants to make that happen, and we'd love to have you here. So now I'm just going to touch on a few key points about the U of R. So we are ranked in the top 15 comprehensive universities in Canada. So that means that we have a really wide range of subjects that you can study without sacrificing any quality. And in 2020, we were awarded the Canadian Undergraduate Research University of the Year. So you'll definitely be learning from faculty who are at the top of their fields. And there's opportunities to engage in research at all levels. It's one of our pillars. In total, we do have about 16,000 students from over 90 countries, and I did say that Bangladesh is in our top 5 of countries where students are coming from. So I think we even have a Bangladeshi student association, so there's definitely people here for you to meet. And out of that, we have about 3,000 international students, so really great multicultural campus. And the 3 main things I want to leave you with today about the U of R is that we are a leader in experiential learning, academic research, and student success. So those are the main things that we pride ourselves on. So I want to just quickly share a little bit about what you could study here. So at the undergraduate level, we do have our majors offered as 4-year bachelor degrees. We also have some that are 2-year diplomas or even 1-year certificates if you're looking for something a little shorter. And then at the postgraduate level, we mostly have 2-year master's degrees or some select PhD programs as well. So the first one here, Faculty of Arts, very popular faculty for humanities and social sciences. So the human justice major, that can also be done as a 2-year diploma. Journalism and psychology, very popular. We actually have more majors than I can even list here. And for Faculty of Business, which is very popular, you can do that as a 4-year degree or a 2-year diploma as well. For our education faculty, if you want to become a teacher in Canada, actually it's much easier in Saskatchewan because we have a very large practicum component built into the degree. So after you graduate, you can begin teaching right away, whereas in some other places you have to take an additional teaching certificate. So at our university, you don't have to do that. For engineering, very popular as well. So right now we have the 5 majors listed here. You can take as a degree program. We have some really fantastic labs for hands-on learning on campus. And for kinesiology and health studies, if you're interested in the health field, like human kinetics, sport and recreation is a very unique major. And the health studies one can be done as a 2-year diploma as well. And media art and performances for all the creative types out there. So things like music, visual arts, theater. We also have the only film production program between Toronto and Vancouver. So we're really happy to have that as well. And this next page here just has the rest of our faculty. So of course, science is very popular. It's probably the one with our most international students. So things like biochemistry, computer science, you can do that one as a 2-year diploma as well. Physics and pre-professional too, if you want to go into a medical field. And our social work and nursing faculties are a little bit more specialized, so they're 4-year degree programs, but they do have a lot of practical and clinical elements worked right into the program. I will say that nursing is our only one that is competitive admission at the undergraduate level, and there's only 1 intake per year in the fall. Our Center for Continuing Education offers some shorter-term certificate programs, and we also have Université Francophone, which is our French language college. So French is the 2nd official language of Canada, so anyone who studies it, it definitely can help you in the job market and later on in your career. And then lastly, for graduate studies and research. So I know there's a lot of students in Bangladesh who are looking at postgraduate studies as well. So all the faculties that we just mentioned, they also have graduate programs available. Sometimes not in every major, but in a lot. And in some cases, you can also choose if you want to go course route, thesis, or project-based master's program. I will mention that all the grad level programs are competitive admission. So just be aware of that. But lots of unique opportunities to get involved with research and some of the lowest graduate tuition fees in Canada. So really great opportunities if that's your study level. So the first pillar I just wanted to mention is experiential learning. So this is something where we really focus on at the U of R. So we want to make sure that you have work experience in your field before you graduate so that you can enter the job market right after and be successful in your career. So we do have what's called CoOp for most of our faculties, and the ones that don't have CoOp, they actually have fieldwork or practicum placements. They just call it something different, but it's all experiential learning. So these are paid work placements, so you can get that really valuable experience, but also earn salary, which is really going to help you as an international student as well. So you can earn around $3,000 per month on average. And usually a co-op work term will be about a semester long, so 4 months. And you can start the co-op program in the second year of your degree. So you just need to get some credits first, and then you can apply to be in co-op. Or if your program has a different experiential learning component, you'll be doing like fieldwork or practicum or something like that. So we definitely encourage all students to take advantage of this great program, international students especially, so that you get that experience working in Canada. For scholarships and awards, for the undergraduate side, we do have an international entrance scholarship of $3,000, and this one's automatically awarded to you if you have an 85% or higher entrance average for your undergraduate degree program. And you can use that as a tuition credit or actually live on campus for free for 8 months. So that's a really great value. We also have our Circle of Scholars Award, which is automatically given out to the top 4 GPA students at the undergraduate level every fall, and you get $5,000 per year of your degree. And aside from that, for the undergraduate, they also have a scholarships and awards database. So as soon as you're accepted, you can go on there and apply for any awards that you might be eligible for. And I also wanted to add some special ones for graduate level students as well. So they do have some entrance scholarships, Women in STEM scholarship. Some of them will be based on your program. Others might be just based on academics. So also if you're doing a thesis program, usually there's some funding that can be provided by your faculty. And they also have a graduate awards portal. So we do have quite a bit of scholarship and award funding available for our students at all levels. And I will mention the tuition fees here as well. So right now for undergraduate students for 1 year full-time study, it averages to be 20,500 Canadian. And then on the graduate level side, it's around 13,000 Canadian. So a little bit of a difference there, but it's because graduate students take less credit hours, but still very competitive. If you're looking at studying in Canada, we definitely have some of the lower tuition rates. So I just want to say briefly a little bit about admissions, but if you have any questions, definitely get in touch with TCL Global and they can help you out. But we do have a really simple online application process, and you can actually upload your documents directly to the application portal. So all of your previous education transcripts and your ELP test and copy of your passport. I do want to mention a few quick things, which is if you don't have your English language proficiency test yet, we can actually issue a conditional letter of acceptance if you are academically admissible. And our offer letters are valid for 1 full year. So this is really great because on your offer letter, it will say that you can start in any of these 3 terms. So we have 3 terms per year here. And that's been really helpful for students lately because the study permit process is taking longer sometimes. So if you need to start in like the 2nd term listed on your offer letter, it's no issue. You don't even have to contact us to formally defer. You can just start in that term. So it's pretty flexible for students. And we also consider transfer credit. So if you have attended any other college or university, you might be able to get some transfer credits for your undergraduate program with us. And when we're looking at your admission at the undergrad level, we also have some qualifying programs. So there'll be 4 classes that we require for admission, plus a GPA of either 65 or 70%, depending on the faculty. So some of them actually have qualifying programs. If you're missing one of those things, usually we can still get you in. So we try really hard to get you to study with us and make the process easy. On the graduate level side, it's similar. So there's just different documents required and it is competitive admission, right? So graduate students need to pay special attention to the application deadlines that are listed on the website. And I also want to talk about student services. So one of our pillars is support. So we do have a specific international student services office, which many of their life skills advisors were actually international students themselves. And now they're working with us and helping all of our new students transition to life in Canada. So they do a fantastic job, like from the time you're accepted all the way to you get here. And while you're studying here, any support you need, we can give you. They're really great experts on immigration guidance as well. So like maintaining your study permit, any questions you have with work permits, everything like that. And on the academic side, we also have what's called the Global Learning Center, which is like a hub for international students on campus. So they offer lots of fun social events, free tutoring, conversation club, and Canadian culture activities as well. So if you're an international student at U of R, you'll definitely be well supported, and we'll make sure that your transition here is smooth and that you really make the most out of your study abroad experience. Because it's also, not always just about academics, but also about the experience of studying abroad, growing as a person, and living in Canada. So we want to be able to offer that to you, and I think we really do a good job of that. So I'll just kind of end that there because I do want to leave time if you guys have questions, but please feel free to reach out to our recruitment office if you have any further questions. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'd be happy to have you on there. And we also do enrollment counseling through Zoom, so you can also book an appointment. And I will just end by saying, yeah, we have partnered with TCL Global, so if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with them as well. And yeah, really happy to be here today and share a little bit about the University of Regina. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen now. We can see if there's any questions. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley, for the nice presentation. It's very nice to know that Bangladesh is among the top 5 students in the student list. That's we know that Regina is very popular in this part, but
Yeah.
Bangladesh among the top 5. Obviously, it actually motivates us to work closely with your team.
Yeah.
Right. So we have one question, Mr. 𝐩𝐚𝐿. He wants to know: is there any application for Master of Public Administration? What will be the minimum IELTS score for this master's?
Sure. So for the scholarship for Masters of Public Admin, so because it's a course-based program, you wouldn't be able to get any like thesis or faculty funding for that program. However, the business faculty does have some really good entrance scholarships. So I actually don't know the exact amount on that, but you can check on the website. There are some scholarships available for that program. And for the IELTS level, it's overall 6.5 with no band less than 6.0. So that would be the score you'd need to achieve for the full acceptance letter.
Yeah, I think that answered the question very well. I just want to add one more point here that we work with many Canadian institutes. We are sending the students to Canada. But one of the key points of University of Regina is the affordability. You have mentioned that the UG course price per year is approximately 20K and the PG course price per year is approximately 13K. I'm sure if anyone do any research about Canada, this is the most competitive pricing in terms of cost. Plus, on top of that, I believe that if the student is very much meritorious, like he gets 80% above in his bachelor degree, I'm sure that he will get some sort of scholarships. Another thing I want to know, I mean, is there any application fee to do the applications?
Yes, so there is a $100 application fee, so whether you're an undergraduate or a graduate student. And the processing time can vary because like the admissions process is a bit different. So for undergraduate, it's a $100 fee. And then from the time we get all your documents, it should be around a 2-week turnaround time. For graduate studies, you just have to take a look at the application deadline date. That'll be different depending on what program you're applying for. It's a little bit more tricky. And so you have to have all your application and documents in by that date. And then once that date has passed, the faculty review, because it's competitive admission. So you should receive the decision around 4 weeks after the date has passed.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I got a few other questions from audience, like how about the part-time working opportunity in Saskatchewan? We know that province is a bit of far from the main cities of the Canada. The population is not that much high. So, I mean, what's the part-time working opportunity over there, or the part-time average wage per hour? If you could highlight a bit on this, please.
Sure. Yeah, so in Saskatchewan, like Regina is the capital city. So because of that, our population here, it's about 250,000. So for Canadian standards, it's like a mid-sized city. But we do have good job opportunities for students. We do have a really big agricultural sector. Also, our tech sector is coming up. So there are job opportunities there. In terms of students, for Canada study permit, you can work up to 20 hours per week as a full-time student. So there's two different options. So students who work on campus, you're actually not restrained by the 20-hour minimum. On campus, you can work as much as you want. So on campus, we do have jobs for students like in the library, in the IT department, food services, housing services. A lot of students are involved there. We also have student assistant positions. So even in our office, we hire student assistants every year to help us with like admin tasks and stuff like that. So on campus, there's actually quite a few working opportunities, volunteer opportunities as well. And then off campus, if you're doing like just part-time work, lots of things in the retail and food sectors for sure. But if you're looking for something more targeted, then our co-op office also can help you find like work placements like that. So right now the minimum wage is around $12 in Saskatchewan. But if you're doing like a co-op placement or work term or something like that, the wage is much higher. It's usually around like $20 an hour for those jobs.
That's great. So we got another question from Mr. 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞. How many years of study gaps are you still accepting for the master's program at University of Regina? You will get a lot of postgraduate course related questions, because in here we get more PG stream rather than the UG. So yeah, do you accept study gaps?
So we hear a lot about like study gaps and backlogs and things like that, because I know the Canadian system is a little bit different. So as long as you've completed your undergraduate program and you've graduated, you have the certificate, that's all that we look at. We look at your cumulative GPA and that you graduated from the program. So we're not super picky looking back at how long it took you to finish or what kind of classes you failed. As long as your GPA is over the expected amount and you've graduated from the program, that's what they're looking at for the admissions.
Okay. Okay. So we got another question. Can you please describe what will be the pre-requirement for Master of Health Administrations? Prerequisite of Master of Health Administration.
Yeah, so for all our master's programs, the basic requirement is that you need at least a 70% GPA for your undergraduate credential. But because it's competitive admission, a lot of the students being admitted are around like the 80 and above percentile, but 70 is the minimum. And then we also look at other factors. So they do ask you to submit a resume, a letter of intent. You'll also need 2 academic references, and then your English language proficiency test. So those are all the pre-requirements that you're going to need to submit to apply to that program.
Okay, that's thank you for the clarifications. One question comes up from the audience is like, what will be the approximate initial deposit before getting the LOA for Regina?
So for our university, so at the undergraduate level, if you meet the requirements and you're accepted, we issue your letter of acceptance without you paying anything aside from the $100 application fee. On the letter of acceptance, it says that there's a $500 tuition deposit. So that there's no deadline to pay that, but that needs to be paid before applying for your study permit, right? Because you need to show the receipt that you've paid your deposit. So it's $500. At the graduate level right now, they actually don't have any deposit requirement. However, many students do choose to make, maybe at least a $500 tuition deposit before applying for their study permit.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. I mean, especially for the postgraduate stream, there is no minimum tuition fee deposit. Though we encourages our students to at least deposit first semester tuition fee before getting the study permit. All right. Let me check if I have any more queries. Okay. No further queries from the audience. I just want to add one more point in here. TCL Global is working with not only the UK universities. TCL is working with the other Canadian partners more and more, and you'll see more of this coming up in our social media pages like Facebook, LinkedIn, this sort of pages. And we are based in Dhaka. We got 2 offices, one in Uttara and one in Dhanmondi in Dhaka, and one in Sylhet. So guys, if you want to work with us and want to do your study in Canada, either in the postgraduate or in the undergraduate level, we have our partner, University of Regina, with us, please do feel free to contact with us. You can find our contact details in our website. I got another question. I have completed the bachelor degree. Can I apply for bachelor at your institute? So he completed his bachelor. Now he wants to apply for the bachelor. I guess this is not permissible, Mr. Didarullah Alam. You need to go forward. I mean, once you completed your bachelor, now you need to go for the masters or the PGT. Okay, all right. Is there any maximum age for the PG courses?
No, we don't have any maximum age restrictions for undergraduate or postgrad courses, as long as you meet the academic requirements.
Okay, that's fine. So as long as the candidate, I mean, can explain the study
Yeah.
gap through the job experience,
Mhm.
okay, that's fine. Do you accept UK visa refusal case at your institutions? I mean, if there is any visa refusal, I mean, do you accept that?
Yeah, so when we're doing our admissions, we're not going to ask or look for any previous visa
I think
refusals.
it will be dealt case by case.
Yeah, for sure.
Case by case. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much, Ashley, for your time. I know it's very late over there. I don't want to hold you up much. Just to finish everything, can you highlight three key points of University of Regina so that we can uh, sorry so we can motivate our students to apply for University of Regina.
Sure. So the first point I would say is that Saskatchewan, like if you want to study in Canada, Saskatchewan's a really underrated destination, but we have a really a large amount to offer you in terms of opportunities, both while you're studying and after you graduate. The second thing is experiential learning. So if you want to get on-job experience while you're still a student so that you have that competitive edge after you graduate, we can definitely do that for you. And then the third thing is our student support. So we have a lot of international students here. We know what you need and we're able to help you out any way we can, and we make sure that you really enjoy your experience here. So those are the three things I would say. And I want to thank you so much again for inviting us to do this. We're really happy to speak to you guys in this way, a little bit more informal, and hear your questions. So we're always happy to hear from you. So definitely follow us as well on the social media, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you in Regina sometime in the future.
Sure. Thank you very much, Ashley, for your time. Dear audience, with this note, I'm going to end our session. As I mentioned earlier, that if you want to go to Canada through TCL Global, you can find us in our website, in our Facebook pages, and we are happy to help you out on this. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for your time.
Perfect. Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Bye.